Hello my friends, we are all aware of Mr. Anand Teltumbde as a prolific writer, an eminent scholar, a crusader, a champion of Dalit rights. He just recently celebrated his birthday in prison on 15th July, and he also won a very prestigious award, the Shakti Bhatt Award, along with Mr. Gautam Navlakha, who is also in prison on charges of enticing violence through his inflammatory speech. These are all alleged charges by the government, and lots of intellectuals have questioned the validity of these charges. They are campaigning for their release, along with the campaign for the release of the Telugu poet Varvar Rao. And when I was Googling all of this, I just hit upon a case study by Mr. Teltumbde, and it is on the Khyalanji murders. This is in his book, it is described in his book, The Persistence of Caste, the Khyalanji murders and India's hidden apartheid. And some portions of it, excerpts from the book, have been published online, and I am actually going to read it to you. It's a micro study that reveals the horrendous nature of brutality that is inflicted on some Dalit families, especially when they claim land. This is about the land. So the title of this is "The Entire Village Was Involved, Sir." Entire village. So this is a story of an entire village in Maharashtra coming together to persecute a particular Dalit family in a very heinous, brutal, inhuman way. And I am going to read it for you because I wish to highlight it, and I wish to do so because I was on a WhatsApp group where I actually saw pictures of such Dalit torture. So torture is a word, third degree torture I should say. I saw videos of women actually being shamed for minor theft, but here there is not even a theft involved, according to the text available to me, and there might be a land dispute. There is actually a very powerful body of literature present in even Hindi literature, which talks about land dispute between the so-called lower castes and the so-called higher castes, and I will read some stories to you as well that deal with it. But right now I just want to, this is real life, and this contains transcripts from a police station. On September 29, 2006, 4 members of a Dalit family were murdered in Khyalanji, a village of less than 200 families in Bhandara district of Maharashtra, not far from Nagpur city. It's a very prosperous town. I am not going to name the woman and her daughter. I am going to share the last name of these people because the title that I quoted is basically the statement by the woman's husband, Bhaiya Lal Potmange. So Mrs. Potmange, the woman, the lady, who was 40 years old, and a 17-year-old daughter, they were both subjected to brutal torture. They were stripped, battered, paraded naked, raped several times, and killed by a Hindu mob led by men of the Kunabi Maratha caste, goaded by the entire village. So the lady's sons, I am also going to conceal their names, were also tortured and murdered. I am going to conceal their names, although I should reveal the name of the dead, but I am doing so because of a particular reason. You can Google and read it. And the particular reason is that, you know, these are names that are very common, and I should respect them, but I'm just simply respecting their privacy, the privacy of the dead, because I decided to share this on the internet just because I want more justice for these people. There is a law, the SC/ST Act, which is very powerful, and which says that if you commit a crime against a person of either a scheduled caste or a scheduled tribe, you do not even have any defense. You know, you can immediately be arrested, but as you will see that there was actually very little justice that was done. And this is not just judicial corruption, it's corruption at the grassroots. I mean, it's not just, there is corruption in the police, and there is, the entire village was involved, sir, like he said. So how can you persecute an entire mentality? You have to change it. You have to really fight for humanity, you know. That is what is happening. So this is what was done to the two women, I hope you remember, and their sons, who were 21 and 19 years old, were also tortured and murdered for trying to save their mother and sister. Only Bhaiyalal Potmange, the husband of the lady, survived watching the lynching and rape, hiding behind a bush. On 20th January 2017, Bhaiyalal died following a heart attack. He was 62. Since 2008, the case has been pending a final hearing at the Supreme Court. And Mr. Teltumbde is in prison. Now his book, Anand Teltumbde's book, The Persistence of Caste, the Khairlanji Murders and India's Hidden Apartheid, features a transcript of Potmange's press conference at the Tilak Patrikar Bhavan in Nagpur on 8th November 2006, some 5 weeks after the massacre. The conference was organized by the Khairlanji Action Committee. After some prefatory remarks by Milind Fazele, co-convener of KAC, media persons wanted Bhaiyalal to speak. Now this is what this says, that it has been awaiting justice. But the thing is, when I Google it, there is no report that says that it has, that justice has been delivered. I am hoping that somebody will surprise me by saying it has been, that that some people have been punished, not just an innocent guy who was, say, derelict. I mean, there are lots of people who just get punished in the name of, you know, punishment, and the real culprits escape. So what I'm saying is that this is a call for justice. So bear with me as I read it for you. So Bhaiyalal did speak, and we will read at length what he had to say. Then questions were posed to Bhaiyalal, right? Questions were posed to Bhaiyalal and he answered them. Siddharth Kajbhiye clarified on some of the queries. Milind Pakale of KAC was also present. The transcript was published in Marathi by the Buddhist Communicator on 6th December 2006, which served as the organ of KAC. This is a translation of the transcript. Bhaiyalal. Siddharth Gajbhiye lives in Dusala and he is my relative. He has always helped us. While on his way to Kandri from Khairlanji, he was beaten up on the road. My daughter and wife stood witness in the court. Those people who beat him began threatening, "Why did you stand witness against us? We shall finish you off." On 29 September, they, the caste Hindus of Khairlanji, went to court for the hearing. From there, they went back to Kandri with lathis to beat him, that is Siddharth. He was not there. And one might ask, what is Siddharth's folly? Which is not told to us, right? They then returned to the village of Khairlanji by 5 in the evening. After returning to village, the villagers had a meeting in which the MLA and the MP were involved. I have to yet Google and find out who this MLA and the MP is. I should have done it, but I will. The MLA and MP had conspired to have us attacked. I saw the attack from a distance. I saw my wife, daughter and 2 sons being beaten while being abused. You Mahars, Dhets, you have chadle, things have gone to your head. Chad gayi hai, chadle, hai na? Marathi and Hindi are somewhat similar. They were stripped naked and carried to the village square. A dead body was brought to the Mohadi hospital. You identified the dead body. I identified the dead body. She was my own daughter. He sobs heavily. Milind Pakhale wipes Bhayalal's tears and Rajendra Gajbhiye consoles him. Bhayalal continues sobbing. There was not a single piece of cloth on the body. There were wounds on the body. It was a bad assault. It was a bad assault. I was not able to see it. Similarly, my 2 sons and wife had marks of severe beating on their bodies. My son was completely naked. He did not have a single piece of cloth on his body. He had been similarly beaten. The second son had also been horribly beaten up, but he had some cloth on his body. The wife's clothes were also torn, and she had also been severely beaten. Even her skull was broken. Her brain had spilled out from it. Just imagine the anger for doing nothing. These people were punished for doing nothing, simply for protecting a man from being beaten. She had even lost one eye. Bhayalal pauses and takes a deep breath before resuming. The post-mortem was performed in the Mohadi hospital, where we were taken to identify the dead bodies. We identified them, that they were my wife and children. Pauses. Here, Pakhale asks Bhayalal if he wished to continue speaking. Bhayalal pauses and replies, I will. Even after such a kind of atrocity, they are proceeding casually. This is the real justice story. 2 months have passed, they arrest half the criminals and do not arrest half. I had come to Khairlanji. I told them that women were also involved in the crime. This is the sad truth. This is exactly the video that I saw of 2 Dalit women being shamed for a minor theft, very badly, beaten up as well, and not so badly, they were just being kicked mildly, but women were a huge part of it. And I wrote a poem saying that had those women, high caste women, been punished. I gave their names. Bhayalal says, I told that women were also involved in the crime. I gave their names. They are openly roaming in the village. They go to harvest paddy. There are 2-3 other persons as well. The police say that they cannot find anyone. How should they arrest? If it had been the issue of a big man, they would have completed everything within a fortnight. Because this concerns a poor man, they ask, where should we look for the criminals? Because this concerns a poor man. They are there in the village now. I say this as a challenge. Those people, the Sarpanch and the deputy Sarpanch, have still not been arrested. The owner of the cart used to carry the corpses to the canal, and the driver have also not yet been brought to book. Question. What is the name of the Sarpanch? Upas Rao Khandate. What is the name of the deputy Sarpanch? Bhayalal. Urkuda Khurpe. This fellow used to say that they could finish off this one house any time. I caught his hand and pulled him before the police officer and told him that this Sala bastard used to say he could finish off our house any time. I told the officer that he's still here roaming free. What is the name of the MLA? I have been helped. Madhukar Kukde, BJP MLA from Tumsar. Ram Aswale, BJP leader from Bhandara. Kiran Atkari, Nana Panchbudhe, Nationalist Congress Party's MLA from Bhandara. So it's the BJP. That's the culprit here. It's really sad. You know, a lot of intellectuals are actually calling them the fascist party. Maybe they are absolutely right. The more evidence one finds, the more one is saddened, basically. Why is one saddened? Because how can such a party be ruling, right? And why should it be my job to just campaign, you know, for the other party? I mean, why have these people been voted to power? That is why one is sad. Question: had these people come to the village? Bhaiya, they supported the culprits. Question: are those people, the alleged culprits, there, the politician, activists? Yes, Bhaiya says. Siddharth Kajpiye here intervenes to offer some details. Question: tell us whether you saw the incident with your own eyes. Bhaiya takes a deep breath and sits quietly. He does not speak. Question: Mr. Bhotmange, please tell us how much land you have in the village. Bhaiya 5 acres. Question: you could manage with the produce from it? Bhaiya yes please. Question: how far have you studied? Bhaiya up to 4th standard in Marathi. That's the level of the education. Question: before this incident, has there been any physical assault on you, your wife or your children? Bhaiya in 2002. Question: sorry, I seem to have choked on something. Question: for what reason? Bhaiya I had got the land measured. They removed and threw away the marker stones. Because of this, I had complained against Shiv Shankar, Atilkar and Ambilal Khurpe. Here, Siddharth Kajpiye explains that they were neighboring farmers. These farmers used to have daily quarrels with us. Was there a quarrel for the passage? This is the question. Was there a quarrel for the passage? Bhaiya even earlier some quarrel was going on since 2000 on some issue or the other. Question: was the case registered? Siddharth replies: yes, in the police station. After this report, I took a decision to pay some money and conclude this quarrel through the survey office. I paid money, then Kermo, perhaps the land surveyor, came and gave the measurements. After the measurement, we thought, instead of quarreling, we would give them a passage of 10 feet. Although there was no such road, Bhotmange gave them the passage. However, the quarrel did not end there. Since he was alone from the community, they kept pressuring him. The farmers of Kunabi and Kalar castes surrounding his farm always exerted pressure on him so that he would give up because of the harassment. Despite his being a resident of the village, there is no mention of him in the Gram Panchayat records even to this day. Neither have they collected house tax from him, nor is there any registration of his hut in the Panchayat records. Right from the beginning, they hated him and wanted him to go away from the village. Question: Mr. Bhaiya, where did you live before 17 years? Bhaiya, in Ambagarh. Question: then how did you come to this village? Bhaiya, this is my mother's village. That is my grandfather's house. Siddharth, it is his grandpa's, meaning mother's father's land. Bhaiya, since 1952. Question. When this incident took place in front of you, why did you run away? Bhaiya, I heard them ask, where is Bhaiya? Find him out. I just heard that and ran away. Question. Where did you go? Bhaiya, Dusala. Question. To whom? Siddharth? Yes, Bhaiya says. Siddharth pitches in with some information. Question, almost in chorus. What is your demand? What do you want? Bhaiya, the criminals should be hanged. Question, Mr. Bhotmange, how many people have you named? Bhaiya, there are many. Question, how many of them have been arrested? Bhaiya, nearly 40 to 45. Question, totally how many people were involved? Bhaiya, all the women. Until now, only 2 women have been arrested. Others have not been taken in yet. Question, when this incident happened, were they all present there? And those who were present there, did they all participate in the murder? Bhaiya, the entire village was involved, sir. The entire village. I just named 60 to 70 people, but the entire village participated in this incident. Question. Is it true, Bhotmange, that Gonds and Adivasis were among them? Bhaiya, yes, there were Gonds, there were Kalars and there were Kunabis. The rest were all there too. Very sad. This is what happens. The Savarna Hindus deliberately created a dispute over land. Were they all Hindus or of other castes? Milind Pakhale. There are 3 dominant castes, Kunabi, Kalar and Gond. Question. But Gonds come under the STs. Milind Pakhale. Yes. Question. How many houses belong to Gonds? Bhaiya, 8 to 10 houses. Question. Kunabis come under OBCs. There is a discussion among the media persons in which others too participate. Question. Mr. Bhotmange, over this incident that has happened, why are people against you? Why are they not with you? Only after this inhuman act has taken place, people are saying that what has happened is not correct. Why is this so? Why are some people not with you? Why other media persons join the chorus? Bhaiya, we were not conducting ourselves according to their nature, wishes. We were conducting ourselves as per our own nature. We were not participating in any programs like a meeting of the Gram Panchayat. We were living on our own accord. We did not have any give and take with them. Question. Mr. Bhotmange, do you not feel that the violence that is going on should now stop? Bhaiya, no. Question. Should the violence not stop? Bhaiya, no. The pressure should be increased further. On this issue, there is a heated debate between media persons. What is violence? There were arguments from both the sides. There are arguments such as, since the agitating Dalits have not killed anyone, it cannot be called violence. On this, one media person says Bhaiya perhaps did not understand the question properly. Everybody is then quiet. Question. Burning and rioting are continuing in Nagpur, Wadi, Kamptee and everywhere over the incident that has happened in your village Khairlanji. Should this be stopped or not? Bhaiya Lal, there should not be such a big injustice. You should punish only the criminals with maximum possible sentence. In my Khairlanji, the accused persons have escaped. Arrest them and punish them. What a clear sense of justice, right? Question, the rioting that is going on, should it continue? Bhaiya Lal, now our community is infuriated. It cannot be stopped. Following this, some discussion takes place between the media persons and Milind Pakhale. Question, do you want to return to the village again? Bhaiya Lal, no. Question, will you not go to that village again? Bhaiya Lal, no, never. There is some discussion on the clash between Siddharth Gajpie and the villagers over the issue of non-payment of the wages of a farm labourer and consequently how Siddharth was called a goon. Then Bhaiya Lal speaks on this issue. Bhaiya Lal says, till now no one has come either to our house or to Siddharth's house for labour. How do Khairlanji people say that the clash happened on the issue of money not being paid to labourers? It's a concocted charge. We used to bring people from either Tumsar, Bamani or Andhalgaon. Everyone in our village has a farm. They do their farming and we do ours. The 5-acre farm of ours we cultivated entirely with our own household labour. We do not need labour either for Churani or the Pura agricultural processes to get paddy from the dried crop, nor for harvesting paddy. We do not need labourers for anything. The 5 people from our household used to handle everything. We did not go to anybody's house, farm as labourers either. After finishing our work, we rolled beeries. We knew how to roll beeries. My wife used to roll beeries and I used to cut the leaves for her. That too at the farm, not at home. We used to do all our work only at the farm. Question, please tell us what your sons studied or were studying. Bhaiya Lal, my daughter studied in 12th in Andhalgaon College. My son was in 13th standard, first year of graduation in a Patel school in Mohati. The other son was a little disabled. He could not see properly. So he had studied up to 3rd standard right here in Khairlanji. Bhaiya Lal stopped naming Nana Panchbudhe subsequently, according to a 19 September 2007 report in Tehelka, Shivam Vij, this unending disgrace. Chief Minister Vilas Rao Deshmukh came to Khairlanji to meet Bhaiya Lal on November 10, 2006, the day Bhaiya Lal returned from a meeting with CPM Politburo member Brinda Karat. He had refused to accept the compensation check or a job. All I want is justice. He had said, taking money and a job will make me seem greedy. He had already named the politicians involved in the case in a press conference in Nagpur on November 8th. Among them were some from the BJP, but also Nana Panchbudhe of the NCP. Later, however, Bhaiya Lal accepted the check and the job and stopped naming Nana Panchbudhe. The NCP won, says Milind Pakhale. They managed to shut him up. He now lives with Dilip Uke, who is a block level panchayat member on an NCP ticket. Bhaiya Lal is now a brainwashed hostage. This is an article subsequently from the Tehelka magazine written by Shivam Vij, which I quoted, but I earlier said that Bhaiya Lal then died of a heart attack and all of that. But before that, he had accepted the compensation and he sold the case. But he's no one to sell it, right? I mean, justice should pursue its own course because it would be interesting to hear and to find out, because when I Google this, justice in the Khailanji case, nothing really comes up. So let's see. And I just wanted to read this because even today on 20th of July, there has been a case in Karnataka. I will have to go into the details of it to tell you the place, where a Dalit man was again stripped and beaten for touching or doing something to a motorbike. So this is a criminal activity, and this is a criminal mindset that inflicts the entire society, and we need to stop it. We need to just stop it. So there are poems of mine, you know, where police powers assumed by the mob and by the and this is not even police power. Even the police doesn't have the right to do any of this. So you know, just acting like animals and turning into hooligans of a mob is ridiculed. So those are poems. We fight for justice, and that is what this reading was about. I hope that you have been enlightened by the concept of social justice in India, the fight for it, and I hope that it has been a meaningful session. Thank you so much. I am indebted for your time. Thank you.